Nadia, welcome to the picnic.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Do you like the spreads that we've laid on?
Oh, I love that you've got a variety of 3 different biscuits.
There's a choice there.
It's
yeah.
marvellous.
And there for you. You can have one now, or you can have one a bit later.
Well, I might have a Jaffa cake. At some point, because nobody can refuse a Jaffa cake.
Although people either love them, or people are upset by them.
That's the police going to get people who don't like Jaffa cakes. Because it is a crime. Oh, it's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hoo-ha. Oh, it's a fire engine, I think.
Oh, yes.
There's been lots of that.
There is a lot of...
Rose Street was all closed off yesterday with loads of
Really?
fire engines, yeah.
Fire as well.
There's about 3 fire engines.
Well, I see a lot of ambulances, but I attribute that to the tattoo and old people fainting or falling over.
Being surprised by the noises. Oh God! Oh God! No, it's again. I mean, it surprises me every night.
The fly pass, yeah.
Oh.
Like, oh. Fireworks.
I know.
Yes.
It's like, oh God, we've just been transported to Syria for a moment. Oh no, it's fireworks. It's fine.
Thanks for coming down to the Meadows, because I know is your kind of home up by the stands, up in
the
Newtown. And is that where you're living as well?
Yeah, I'm in the west end of the Newtown, and Stan's the east end of the Newtown. So I've been very much in the Newtown.
It's really nice up there, though.
It is lovely, actually, and because they've got the whole assembly Spiegeltenty terrace thing up there. It is a bit more happening and more people milling about. But it's nice to be away from the sort of this hubbub, because you can get a bit sort of...
You get bogged down in it. You see so many posters,
Yeah.
you think, I don't want to see your face again.
Yeah. Too many faces. I was walking down here actually with my friend and her kids, and he was critiquing all of the posters as we went down. He's like, "That's just 2 men in a circle. It's boring. Who would want to go to that?" And we were all laughing a lot at that. And I'm like, "Oh, Loki, do all of the posters. What about that one? Boring. That one hasn't sold any tickets." It was a lot of fun.
They all look kind of the same to me, though. It's always a face, isn't it?
And surprisingly, the ones that he liked were the ones for kids shows. So well done, the marketing for kids shows.
Very good, very good. Yeah. Whereas there's not so much of that mass kind of onslaught up in the Newtown.
No.
It's a bit more chilled out.
Yeah, and there's sort of like posh restaurants and stuff, which is, even if you can't go, it's...
Oh my God!
Oh my God, we had a yoghurt disaster earlier, now a
Well.
lemonade one. Oh God. Oh, criminy. Oh God, everything's flying off.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, we should say earlier, we had a... have you got a tissue, mate?
Oh God. Oh God. I knew I shouldn't have tried to multitask. I thought I could fold my programs at the same time. This has been a disaster.
Oh, well, we should say earlier.
Yes.
We had a disaster where a pineapple went into a Activia yogurt,
Yeah, peach yogurt.
which kind of went everywhere.
Exploded
and now,
in my bag.
there we go.
Made it look like I'd been sick in it.
And now it's all over you.
I've got lemonade knees now. It's alright.
You okay? Yeah.
Oh, I'll survive.
And the programs.
Programs will survive, won't they?
Well, I was going to say about them because they look amazing. There's so much going on in them.
Thank you.
Can I show one to the camera?
That's a folded up one.
That's a
so
folded
you can
up one.
unfold it.
So you've got. So
that.
when you come, so if people come to your show,
Yes.
this is what they get.
They get a free program, a badge at the end.
A badge as well.
Yes, it's the show that keeps giving.
So you've got a word search
Word
there.
search.
Finger puppets
Yeah.
of cool feminists,
Yeah.
which I love, which you can
Thank
actually
you.
make. And then,
That is one of those origami foldy things.
oh my God, this is just the gift that keeps on
I
giving,
know.
isn't it?
Isn't it? It's a lot of fun.
Well, I was reading also your the blurb you put together for your show, and it says that it maybe features a collection of Mary Wollstonecraft finger puppets.
Well, no, it was I think the blurb says possibly a dancing chorus of Mary Wollstonecraft puppets, which I wrote in January. So I felt committed to that. So they are in the show, but it's they're not very They don't take up a huge amount of the show.
Okay. I suppose...
It's quite a throwaway joke.
It's a brilliant idea, isn't it? But then when you think, how far can you take it?
Yeah. Well, if I had time to make them all and stuff, I definitely would have done a big, huge, spectacular...
That would have been the show.
Yes. Yeah, that would have been an hour of just Mary Wollstonecraft puppets doing the can-can. But it's simply not feasible in a tiny room.
Well, it is a little room, isn't it? It's a little stand full.
Yeah.
Which I think has its own charm about it.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's like a little front room.
I really like it.
It's nice. It's like doing a turn for your family.
Okay.
It's like, come on, pay me some attention now, uncles and aunts, for £7 a go.
So have you been up to the Fringe many times before? I don't...
Yes. This is my first time doing a show by myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken a long time for me to work up the confidence to do a show by myself. I've been coming up... First came up 2003, 10 years ago. And I did TVYP, Television and Young People, which was part of the TV festival.
Right.
Which was quite weird, quite fun. I got to go to the MTV party, which in 2003 was quite happening. And then I've been in shows since 2004, apart from last year when I was at the Olympics all summer, trying to break into the Olympic Village 24 hours a day.
And did you manage?
No, I didn't.
Did you manage to get like an arm in?
It was like Fort Bloody Knox, that place.
I can imagine.
Those athletes just over the wall.
Was it nice being in London though while it was going on?
It was lovely. It was so nice. I think because of the campaign that TfL did of like, move away from London during the Olympics, it's going to be hell. It will take you 12 hours to get to work. It meant that everybody did move away and it was really quiet, and what happened was that everyone was really nice and smiley and chatting on the tube, and it was like, oh, how are you? Oh my god, is this possible? Human connection.
And the tube was running 24 hours a day, wasn't it?
Pretty much. It was running not 24 hours a day, because that would be too much to ask of TfL for them to run a really efficient service. But it was really nice. It's such a lovely atmosphere in London. I loved it.
Yeah.
The weather was so nice.
So you were definitely pro. There was no part of you that was questioning the Olympics.
Well, I love sports, so for me it was always going to be. I was always very excited about it.
Always going to be a must. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just delighted that it turned out so nicely, because from the opening ceremony, everyone was like, everybody who was cynical about it just went, all right, no, I'm in, all right, Danny Boyne, you've done it, okay. Yeah, very good.
We'll do it.
Yes.
We're all in it together.
Come on, let's do this. It was nice, I liked it.
So, can you tell me a little bit more about your show?
Yes.
What can we expect from...
It is socialist, feminist whimsy.
Which is two of my favourite things.
Oh, great. That's ideal. Yeah, the show is... it's a lot about me talking about feminism and sort of my personal struggles with it. So, well, not with feminism, but with misogyny, really, and dealing with it in my own... with my own feminism. And also lots of very, very silly stuff. It's a mixture of sort of being very, very silly and being a bit serious.
And is it like feminism from a personal perspective? It's a personal show in that regard. Yeah,
definitely, very much so. I felt that it's a lot of things have sort of come together for this show. It's taken me such a long time to work up the confidence to do a show by myself, because I've always been weighed down by things like thoughts like, oh, if I'm not funny enough, maybe another woman won't get another chance. Like, if I fuck it up, I might fuck it up for other women, which is not a worry I think any male comic ever has. But, you know, when you're the only woman on a bill and stuff, those sort of bad thought processes can get in your head, and sort of this getting to realise that if me doing a show wouldn't be a burden on anyone, which I had sort of thought it would, but actually I can do a show and people will choose to come, and it's not forcing them to, and some people will actually really like it. And that was a sort of a big epiphany for me, and it sort of coincided with there was a lot of misogyny around last year, and it made me feel very down.
Particularly on the comedy circuit? Or?
Yeah, I mean, there has been on the comedy circuit for a long time, but I think it got quite a bit of press. But it happened in conjunction with things like Todd Aiken saying that there was such a thing as legitimate rape and not legitimate rape, and all those sorts of horrible stories. and I felt really horrible, and I just thought that I had to do something for myself.
This was the year to speak up about it from your own...
Yeah, and it was that sort of combination of, I just need to do a show and not be held back by this sort of... Because, you know, as I was growing up, nobody ever said to me, oh, you're funny, you should be a stand-up comedian. No one ever said that. But if you're a boy, I think often people will go, oh, you're funny, maybe you should try stand-up. No one's ever said that to me. Still no one said that to me. So it's quite a big move to decide to do it when you've not had the sort of social culture which has encouraged you into it. And so I was quite scared about going. It's a bit different doing sketches because I've been in sketch shows and I've done plays and stuff, and I've done lots of sketch comedy, and it's a bit different because also you can, if it goes badly, you just blame the other people. If it goes well, you take all the credit. It's the beauty of a double act. But doing it by yourself, putting yourself out there, is quite scary, especially when you've got something to say. You want to justify what you've got to say and make sure you don't put anybody off.
So your show is Wide Open Beavers.
Yes.
It's on at Stand 4.
Yep.
What time?
3:30.
3:30. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry about the lemonades, the
Just gonna
yogurt.
dip it, soak it up with this Jaffa cake. Have a lemonade and knee Jaffa cake.
Cheers. Thank you very much.